Hey everybody. So the trailer for the new Tron Ares, or the second trailer for the new Tron Ares film just dropped yesterday. And I thought I'd take a look at it, kind of go through, see some of the details, try to pick out some of the details that I found in it. This is my first time doing a kind of reaction or an analysis of a trailer. So if you've got any feedback or ideas for me, let me know. But other than that, let's get cracking. So we'll go ahead and start this up and see what we got.
Since time began.
So yeah, the recognizers still look awesome. This is an encouraging thing to see that they're actually using a lot of the design stuff. They've upgraded it a little bit, but they're still using a lot of the graphic stuff from Legacy, because that was definitely one of the big strengths from Legacy, was the visuals and things like that. So it's nice to see.
Man has gazed at the stars and he has wondered, am I alone?
So this is a funny comment that I'm going to end up having to make. So a lot of people, I saw a lot of different reactions and a lot of people talking about this, and they were like, oh man, that thing looks so cool. And they were kind of freaking out about the visual of this. And I'm like, yeah, it does. It does look really cool. But there's a part of me that wonders if like some of y'all didn't actually see Legacy, or maybe have forgotten, because I mean, we've done this before. I mean, it basically is exactly the same as the last time we did this. It's just that, you know, that one was blue and now it's red. And the thing that it made me think of is just the crazy Star Wars fans with Darth Vader. Oh my god, it's red, it's red. Yeah, it's red. It's cool. Calm down. I mean, you can be excited, I'm excited too, but it's just funny that like just it being red and the visual kind of was tripping people out. It's interesting.
So much talk of it.
So this whole shot here actually did remind me of this shot from Legacy when he was going through the server room. I don't know if that was meant to be a callback or not, or if that was meant to be a nod to that, but that's something that kind of struck me when I was going through
AI and big tech today.
And yeah, AI and big tech is
virtual worlds. What are they going to look like when we get?
So this is our first shot of the grid in this new version of the film. The thing that kind of struck me about this was, I don't remember if we actually saw any daylight shots of the grid in Legacy. I think this is, I don't remember, like I've watched it recently again, but I don't remember there being this kind of a daylight shot of it. And it made me think that there may be something else going on here. But anyways, this is our first shot of the grid in this version of the film.
There. Well,
so this is showing us how they're going to be bringing the programs into the real world. And actually the thing that's going to connect later, and I'll give a like slightly better shot of this. So we've got the lasers, all the different, similar to the Incom lasers. This isn't Incom, I'm pretty sure. We're going to talk about that later. But the thing is that these lasers are compiling this stuff. And ultimately what it is it's 3D printing. So we'll kind of get to, there's a better shot of it later that shows it clearer. But you can already kind of see it kind of building up down here at the bottom. If you've ever 3D printed the kind of support beams and stuff that they use to 3D print stuff. So they're going to be 3D printing the programs into real life. And we'll talk more about that as this goes.
Folks, we're not going there.
Julian Dillinger. So it's Evan Peters. I'm encouraged by him being in the film because I do like him as an actor. I think he's quite a good actor, but he is playing Julian Dillinger. This is an important thing to at least bear in mind for people that aren't aware. It's not Edward Dillinger Jr., which is who Cillian Murphy played for about 10 seconds in Legacy. So this is a different Dillinger, but we've still got the kind of some level of like the Star Wars Skywalker problem of like, we have to keep using the same family of people every single time. So we're sticking with the Dillingers. So we've got a new Dillinger, but Evan Peters is a good actor, and I'm excited to see what he brings to this. And there we go. So if you get that shot, this is one thing that I think is at least interesting to think about is I don't know. So we've got this up here, Dillinger, which means that that's probably the name of the company that's doing this, which means we may not actually have Incom in this film. This may be that the Dillingers have started their own company and Incom might not be part of this. Again, not a big deal, but it's something to at least think about. There you go.
They are coming here. I would like you to meet Eric.
Okay, so obvious. I mean, this is a very blatant one, but Ares, god of war, warrior thing. But they're using the Greek mythology to some extent because two of the big characters, and we'll get to the other one as we go on, are named after Greek gods. So we've got Ares is one of them. And again, god of war. So we kind of already have an idea of what he's meant to be to a certain extent.
Race. The ultimate soldier.
This shot's a bit interesting because, again, if you're familiar with the Tron world, we understand that these characters over here in blue are meant to be the free programs. The red programs are always meant to be the oppressor programs. So we've got these free programs, and particularly, the thing I would point out is they seem to be guarding this particular set of steps. And when we get to the later shot, this is going to flip. So I have a feeling these steps lead up to whatever the kind of the beam, like the entrance exit beam, like the way in and out of the grid is through these steps. So we have the kind of oppressor programs attacking the free programs, and they're guarding those steps. This bit's kind of, there's some good stuff in here, and there's also a bit of funny stuff for me. So if we can get the right angle really quick, where is it? It's about right there. This is likely Ares up here at the front, and Disney being Disney, I just think this is funny that the way that they kind of did this, it's not a huge deal, but the dude characters, you can always tell because of the way that the line runs down. So the line runs in and down. The chicks, it runs out. It's like they gotta frame their boobies. This is likely Athena. We're going to get to who that is and what that is later on, but this is likely Athena that's following behind Ares. So Ares is up here in the front. And the other thing is this is most likely a battle that's happening on the grid, because everything back here is under the assumption. I mean, I think there is at least a 1% chance that like the programs coming into the real world actually try to like terraform to a certain extent. That may be a possibility, probably not, but barring that, that means that this is a battle that's happening on the grid. So with the background and where they're at, this is likely a grid thing.
He's biblically strong.
So there we go. So that shot right there shows you that they are 3D printing these things. When you get a good look at that thing and kind of how those things are built, if you've ever 3D printed anything, that's exactly what that is. So those are all the supports that kind of go around things when you're 3D printing them. So they are 3D printing the programs into existence. I guess the thing that's going to be interesting is to see is whether or not they actually explain what the material is. Like, what is it that they're using to 3D print these things? Because obviously it's not just going to be plastic. So what material they're using, it's going to be interesting to see if they even address that. But they are definitely using the concept of 3D printing as the way that they're bringing the programs into the real world.
Lightning fast. Supremely intelligent.
This shot, there's one specific thing in that shot that I think is really interesting because it's something to question what they're going for here. Time to de-resolution. That means time to death. And if you watch this, this is counting down in seconds. So this means there's about 27 minutes left. Now they're giving you a bunch of other random data. So you're getting the kind of Terminator thing where he's scanning the guy and he's getting all this information on him and stuff. But the question is this time to de-resolution, is that Ares de-resolution or this dude's de-resolution? Because that'd be interesting. It's like, I know when you're going to die, sucker, and it's about 27 minutes. I have a feeling this is part of a demo, though, and like they show a shot of Ares de-resoluting a little bit after this, and I have a feeling this is Ares de-resolution, but it is still an interesting thing of one of two concepts is getting thrown in here. Either Ares is able to tell when this guy dies, or Ares already knows when he's going to de-resolute. Like he's got a thing of like, he has a time limit of when he's going to be disintegrated and like he's aware of it. So either way, that's a bit interesting to think about.
Intelligent. And if he is struck down on the battlefield.
So yeah, there you go. He's de-resoluting. And I have a feeling this is in the same potential demonstration. So again, just curious as to what the dust is. Like what exactly are they made out of?
I will simply make you another.
So yeah, because this, I don't actually know if this is them when they're printing them. This I feel like could come from a different scene, but it almost looks like harkening back to like the old kind of cube style way they did it in the old school Tron, and so it's kind of cool looking. It's definitely cool looking. So there we have them in the 3D printing molds again, and they're about to bust out of them now. That's Athena. So we have Ares over here and we have Athena over here. This is probably going to be one of the bigger characters. I am going to guess that this is going to be the bad guy and Ares is going to be the flip-floppy guy. He's going to be bad at the beginning and then he's going to get conflicted and maybe end up flipping sides. But Athena is, if you know Greek mythology, that is the goddess of wisdom. It's played by Jodie Turner-Smith. For Star Wars fans, that is the yes lady. Ugh. And that's also the person that was in The Acolyte. It's not an actor that I am excited to see in this film, to be honest. And realistically, this is the problem for me, is that you have two people standing here next to each other that are two of the main actors, and both of them annoy me. I'm trying to give Jared Leto a chance here, but this woman just annoys me. So we'll see how it goes. The bikes. The light cycles are awesome. The one thing that I think is interesting here is he seems to just be mounting it like normal. Like it's not the way that they did it in Legacy, where it seemed like it, you know, you had the sticks and then it kind of builds from that, but it almost looks like he's like mounting it. Which is interesting. I mean, it's not a bad thing. It could tie into the idea that, like the actual characters, these have to be 3D printed. So they have to print this thing physically. Like they can't just print the stick and then the stick creates it. Like they actually have to print the bike. Not a bad thing. It's just something to think about. Something interesting. I like all the kind of, there's a lot of kind of,
you think,
fiberglass bits to these and things that look a bit more plasticky, which is fine. It still looks really cool, but it's like, it seems like it's got a lot more non-glowy parts to it, but it's still, the bikes are freaking awesome.
You're in control of this. You're not.
So here is one of my concerns with this film. The line she's giving him here, you think you're in control of this and you're not. If that ends up being the core narrative, that is literally the third time we've done this. Because what is the core base narrative of the first Tron? Core base narrative of the first Tron is that Ed Dillinger creates the MCP, can't control it. The MCP goes bananas, and then, you know, Flynn and Tron have to knock it out. What is the core narrative of Legacy? Flynn creates Clue, can't control it, and then they have to take it out. Looks like we might be doing the same base story again. We have another Dillinger creating another AI that he can't control. And the sad thing is now we don't even have Tron. It doesn't look like Tron's even in this film, so who knows who's going to save us. Oh, Scully. I love her. I will never have a negative thing to say about her. And I love that she's got her actual normal accent going in this. But yeah, love Gillian Anderson. Oh, and P.S. that is Mom. So that is Julian Dillinger's mom, because if we look back at the cast list, so Gillian Anderson is playing Elizabeth Dillinger, meaning that's probably Mom. Guessing by the age, I'm guessing Mom, probably not like wife or girlfriend or any of that kind of stuff. I'm guessing that's Mom. But yeah, so those are the two Dillingers in this film. So we'll have to see how that kind of plays out. Who knows?
Or not.
So here's my question with this. I love the bikes and I love the way that they work. However, my question here is, in the old school Tron, these things worked like a solid wall. Like it didn't work like a laser. They didn't use them to like cut people in half or cut things in half. Like it worked like a solid wall of light. So the idea was you were supposed to ram things into it. Then when it smashed into it, it was like smashing into a wall. And then the things itself would explode. So my question is, this car on the right, if that car suddenly swerved left and hit the wall, or hit the actual beam, would it crash like it was crashing into a wall, or is it going to melt like it's melting through a laser? Because the way that this is, the only reason the cop car gets split in half is because it runs straight into like the hot end of this thing. It's not a big deal, but it's at least something to like think about, because we've never seen these things work like a laser beam. Like we've always seen them work like a physical wall the thing smashed into. So, I mean, again, not a problem. It's just, I mean, this shot looks really cool. Like it looks cool that it's splitting it in half. The question is just, is that now a laser beam? Was it always a laser beam? Am I wrong? Am I just misinterpreting that? But I always saw it as like a solid wall. So it's like, I would have assumed, I guess this is the thing that I'm saying. Like, I would have assumed that when that cop car rammed into this, it would have been like it ramming directly into a wall. Like it would have done that whole like flip over thing. Like it just got smashed. Not like it was going to get split in half, but that's just me. I might be wrong. Okay, so the music. The music is really cool. I do like Nine Inch Nails. One thing about the beginning of this song is as soon as I heard it, I'm like, I swear I've heard that song before. And thank you to the internet. You guys all helped me. I knew which song it was and I checked and I'm like, am I crazy? But then the internet confirmed my belief. So if we listen to the beginning of this riff, this is Nine Inch Nails is reusing a riff that they've used before from a song from With Teeth. So if you listen to the beginning of like the kind of beat, it's been sort of recycled, which is not the end of the world. It's just something that kind of struck me. So it's like, dear, dear, dear. Sorry, I'm terrible at singing and any of that kind of stuff. But if we listen to the beginning of this, I'm going to try not to get hit, but... Get the start! Hey, the closer we think we are! Like, yeah, the song's called Love Is Not Enough, but it's very much the same kind of basic riff, which I thought, I mean, it's fine. Hey, Trent can do whatever the hell he wants, but it was just interesting that it's like, as soon as I heard it, I'm like, I swear I've heard that before. Athena. Okay, so again, I have a feeling that's going to be the bad guy. I think that Ares is going to be our kind of bad guy, and that's going to be the bad guy, just judging by how grumpy she looks in like every single shot. But anyway, so that's Athena. So this was another one a bunch of people were freaking out about. Yes, it is a Ducati. It is not the Ducati. So if we go back to, so yeah, this is the Ducati, her Ducati. I think the bigger thing to point out here is the color scheme. She's got the white blue thing going. The Ducati also has the white blue thing going. The white blue thing is much more the like free program or the good guy coloring. So I think that's the bigger thing to point out, but this is not this. It's not the same. Oh, Olivia, we miss you. I wish you were coming back. But yeah, it's not this. This Ducati is very different than the Ducati that was in that thing. So yes, it is a Ducati. Oh, Olivia. I took many pictures of her because we love her and her eyes are beautiful. But yeah, so it is a Ducati, but it is not the Ducati. This is not Sam's bike. Okay. So there is some connection there, but it is not the same bike. Like I said, I think the bigger thing to point out here is the color scheme and kind of what they're doing. I think she's going to end up representing the main hero, good guy. So again, now we've got a clearer shot of her kind of jacket. And I think this really is trying to kind of represent her as the free program version versus the black-red version.
What are you?
A very strong feeling this is Athena. Again, if we look at the little lumps, and there's lumps over here, these are female characters. I'm quite certain this is going to be Athena, and she's going to be the bad guy.
I'm looking for something.
This bit actually recalled, and I got some shots of it. This reminded me a lot of part of the thing that happened in Legacy, if you guys all recall that. Hold on, let me get the player up so it goes off. When Flynn was having his flashback memories about Sam, like the way that those manifested, I feel like it's very similar. So we've got these kind of memories that are manifesting. The question just is, whose memories are these? I think it's possible these could actually be some of Kevin's, because if we remember what happened to Kevin Flynn at the end of Legacy, he merged with Clue and then kind of disintegrated. Maybe he's still like living, and when we see him later on in this preview, I think you can kind of guess that maybe he's part of like a ghost in the program or something like that. But these may be his memories that Ares is looking at. The other option is it could be the girl's memories. I think is Greta Lee, the kind of main protagonist girl. It could be Greta Lee's memories. Because you can see like here, I'm about to be super racist. I'm sorry, internet. This looks like it might be an Asian girl. And then when you get further on, there's kind of a floppy haired kid here is what this looks like. And I think there's another one where it kind of shows that too. I think this could be her, maybe. There is a possibility it could be Sam, because if we look back at like oh man, I shut both of them. If we look back at the memories here, like Sam had some pretty floppy hair. So I mean, it could be Sam. I have a very strong feeling though we're looking at that girl. I have a feeling he's looking through her memories or potentially Kevin's. It's one of the two. And this is the whole kind of almost like Pinocchio thing. Maybe he's trying to be a real boy. He doesn't want to be a program anymore. But yeah, who knows? Should be interesting to see how that goes. Unfortunately, I closed this thing, but thankfully.
Since time began.
Oh man. Sorry guys. I'll get us back to where we need to be. It's about there. So he's going through these memories, and again, I have a feeling those are hers.
Something I do not understand.
So, yeah, the last one too. Again, if I'm going to be super racist. Sorry, again, internet, I have a feeling that might be an Asian person. But it's just a question of whose memories he's going through. So we'll see. Okay, so we're back to the stairs. Now we see the stairs are here again. This time we have the free programs running in from the other direction. So the free programs have their back to the grid. Again, so we got the blue team, the kind of free programs are on that side. And then the red programs are on the other side, and they're defending that set of steps, which was back from the beginning. Actually, there was one shot. I think I missed it, but yeah, I did. Where did it go? There was one shot here too where you can clearly see that that's Athena. I'm almost guarantee you that that's Athena. So again, I think this is indicating, and just by the uniforms you can tell these are both women. I have a very strong feeling she's going to be the one that's the bad guy. So she's defending the steps now and attacking those people. We got a cool new vehicle. I have no idea what that thing is, but it looks pretty cool. This tells you that our hero girl is going to get pulled into the grid at some point. So she's got the disc on her back. She's getting pulled into the grid. And this is the indication here, because this is Ares, that Ares is going to be flipping sides, that he's going to be helping her out, because that's whose back she's on. So that's Ares, that's her. She's got the disc, so she's probably getting pulled into the grid at some point, and Ares is going to be helping protect her.
A malfunctioning program.
Flynn. And he's got a super funky, weird disc. I have no idea what the heck that thing means. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. And a lot of people were pointing out, and I do agree, that this is a great kind of stylistic callback to the old school Tron. So they went with a very kind of retro looking style. I have a very strong feeling that this beam right here is like the OG beam, like the one that Tron actually stepped into. So when we look at the old kind of art style of the way that the Tron kind of transfer chamber looked, It's calling back to that. And then when you get to the old kind of beam there, I think that's what we're going for in this shot.
Who wants to live?
Flynn's little house is pretty cool looking. Yeah, that little whatever that thing is, wherever he's being trapped, it is very, very retro. He's got a cool little glow going to him. It's interesting. It's an interesting setup.
Why is that? It's just a feeling.
So this is kind of the interesting bit to notice too, is he's ethereal. Like his arms aren't solid. The back of his head isn't solid. So he's some type of ghost or some type of something else. He's not physically there. He's just sort of almost like a memory, I guess, that exists in the program. I like his kind of upside down, like Tony Stark arc reactor. He's got like the advanced arc reactor type thing going. I have no idea what the heck this thing is supposed to represent, and he's got these connector bits going on him too. Like he's mostly digital at this point, so it's going to be interesting to see kind of how he connects.
Fascinating.
So yeah, the question here just is this. I think it's just breaking them. If it's just breaking them, then I don't have any more questions. But if it's like melting them off, I'm just wondering how it works. This bit is cool and it's really fast, and most of you probably caught it because you're smarter than me. But in case you missed it, he's running through an arcade. So we've got Code Wars over here, and if you notice over here on the right and on the left, he's running through an arcade, which is a great kind of connection to Tron and the idea of Tron. You've got another arcade machine over here, so it's like he's busting out of an arcade. So maybe he busted out of an arcade game, and if that's true, that would be a really cool connection. We'll have to see if they actually do it or not. This thing is bananas. It looks really cool. The only thing, again, this takes me all the way back to the beginning. This gives me this feeling like potentially they're trying to like terraform or something. Like that may be a possibility. Maybe. It's a shot in the dark, but it just made me think of that. All right, so that's it. So yeah, I mean, I think overall, I mean, visually, the film still looks really good. The audio, still great. So the music is still great. The visuals are still great. There's that question of still, I mean, we don't really know what the base narrative is going to be. We don't really know exactly what the story is going to be. We know that Ares is an AI that gets created. It's getting created by Dillinger and his family. Then what exactly he's going to be representing? It seems like he's going to be like a bad guy for some part of it, but then a good guy for some other part of it. But I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, so that's my thoughts and kind of things that I picked out of the trailer that I thought were interesting. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you in the next one.